Not bad. It's better than LMU basketball. Welcome to ROAR360 Sports, everybody. It's a great day to be a Lion, but most importantly, it's a great day if you're an LMU women's basketball fan. What's that? You're telling me there are no LMU women's basketball fans. What, you want me to still tell them the joke then? Okay, well, it's a great day if you're an LMU women's basketball fan because they've instituted a new way to prepare in the offseason. Playing basketball on the shallow end of the LMU Rec Center pool on a kid-sized hoop. I guess if nothing's working for you, you try anything you can, right? The LMU men's and women's soccer teams, did you hear, just recently hosted a youth AYSO soccer clinic here at Sullivan Field. Now, one player on the women's team said, and I quote, "It was a great experience. It was awesome to learn some fundamentals watching these kids play. It should really help us moving forward." Now, congratulations to LMU pitcher Brett Dawson, who just broke the all-time saves record in LMU baseball history with his 23rd against the San Francisco Dons. And Hollywood says they want to make a movie based on his career. Yeah, they're going to call it Saving Private Lions. Now, they say this movie about Brett is even going to beat out another upcoming film based on the life of Toronto Mayor Rob Ford. However, that one is going to be called Doing Private Lines. The LMU cheer team has been complaining about our show. They aren't very happy that we never mention them, even though they recently finished an impressive 4th in nationals. That's right. The same team you see at all the basketball games finished 4th in nationals. Apparently the term nationals is pretty loose nowadays. Now, I thought Ray and I made this very clear. Something like finishing 4th in nationals is a success story. Not likely to make our show. But congrats on making our show, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for this week's top stories, brought to you by a guy whose last name is nicer than the car he actually drives, and me. Apparently the world's only LMU women's basketball fan.
Well, fans, this is our last episode of the year, so we thought we would take a look back at what an amazing year it was for LMU athletics. Who am I kidding? I'm Ray Ferrari, this is Derek Georgino. Here's what we have for you tonight.
It's the best time of the year for LMU sports fans. If you're not doing anything this week, then put on your favorite LMU Lions t-shirt, head to the couch, and tune in for the NBA and NHL playoffs. While the LMU women's basketball team has been working out on the beach lately, most LMU girls have been working out in order to just go to the beach.
Both the LMU men's and women's tennis teams lost their first round matches of the WCC tournament in San Diego. On the bright side, at least the LMU courts will now be more available for students and members of the community, so at least we have that. The women's water polo team just won the GCC Conference Tournament Championships in a thrilling final game. It was triple overtime, sudden death, golden goal, and the Lions came out on top 10-9. Or as fans in the crowd saw it, a bunch of heads just bobbled around in the water, and then the ball went in the net and everyone cheered.
The LMU softball team played their final games of the year last weekend. It was a very sad day for 9 very intense softball dads. The LMU sand volleyball duo of Latara Keel and Betsy Meter made it to the NCAA National Sand Volleyball Championships in Alabama. Now, you know the sport doesn't get much attention when its national championships are held in Alabama.
The NCAA recently announced that athletic scholarships can include unlimited meals and snacks for players. This means that LMU athletes will now have even more chances of getting Sodexo food poisoning. So. Now that it's the off-season for LMU basketball, it's time for the team to get better. And they are. The numbers they've been putting up in NBA 2K14 have just been simply amazing.
Well, that's all we have for you guys tonight. You've been watching ROAR360 Sports. Good night, and see you next fall.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good way to end the year, you know.
So freaking close again.
Those Dave & Buster's hoops are literally impossible to make a shot on.
You been in there?
The rim is like just like flexible and it's like just impossible.
I
Impossible.
haven't been in there yet.
Dave & Buster's?
Mm-hmm.
Never been to Dave & Buster's.
They just opened the first one.
Oh, the one right here. I'm talking about. I went to another one like back home. Like a bunch
I
of
don't
times.
have it in Oregon.
You don't have it in Oregon?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.